For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And presented by Tony Mart Presents. The opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there? This is Tony Mart Presents. Music, food, fun, travel. Let the good times roll. And no better time than summertime at the Jersey Shore to let them roll, let them roll. Today is Customer Appreciation Day at the Circle Liquor Store. That means all kinds of free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff, and they've got all kinds of free stuff. They've got waters, they've got hot dogs, they've got soft pretzels, they've got snacks, individual snacks. They've got swag, giveaways, all kinds of free stuff for you to enjoy at Circle Liquor today. And it will be hosted by the queen of Circle Liquor herself, the very elegant and lovely Jeanette Gemza, a truly great woman who knows all about travel and all about wine, and Chester Malloy, who is a truly impressive individual. And he's got a whole arsenal of wine deals for you over there. Now, if you're into the beer, Jordan will be there. So ask for Jordan, the craft beer guy, or the big guy, JM. They will all have a lot of knowledge for you about the different wines and the different beers and craft beers and seltzers, and the sour beer now, I'm being told by my young doctor that she's into sour beer. So let's check it all out. There's a lot of excitement in Summers Point because we're going to make another movie here. And it's coming up now. In 2 weeks it begins. 2 weeks from last night at Tavern on the Bay. We're going to be doing interviews and inviting everybody to come and be a part of Eddie and the Cruisers. 42 years ago, we did that movie, and you see how beat up and old I am. It was 42 years ago. And the fun part is we're giving it. I gave it a name. I don't know if they like it, but I don't know if they're gonna use this name. So don't hold me to it. But I've been kind of, co-producing this with the real producer, I should say, who is Stephen Rogers from PBS, the state of New Jersey producer for PBS. And he liked it. It's where Eddie lives. In other words, Summers Point is where Eddie lives. And to prove that, we have Billy Walton. And on the 21st, in 2 weeks, we'll have a great Billy Walton concert on the beach. And we'll have people interviewing and being a part, talking with the producers and lending their stories about Eddie and the Cruisers and their family and friends, parents, and all the ways they are connected. And then PBS is going to choose what they want to do. And I want to thank Sammy Trocchi for allowing us to use one of his small dining rooms in the afternoon from 4 to 6. From 4 to 6 on the 21st, he is going to allow us to do some interviews. Of course, the bar will be open. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll wrap that up and go over and see the guy that I say is Billy, not Billy Wilson. He is Eddie Wilson, and that's the great, great Billy Walton, like a son to me, and we certainly are looking forward to all of that. Before we get on to the good times at the Circle, I do want to say that Rich Gerber is a very good friend, and what he's doing is so timely right now. It's really, really important because you have these MIGAs. They're really like you put some money into a medium term annuity, and it's going to give you a strong yield because the yields are going to stay up there for a while, and higher longer, and a lot of really smart things that you can do. But the smartest thing is call Rich Gerber, 609-653-9101. Rich is very, very educated with over, 47 years of doing this. And, he starts by talking to you about your family and your needs. I mean, and this does not have to be a huge thing. This can be a situation where you're, buying a few $1,000s worth of something for a grandkid, and then saying, every year we're going to add, and it's a great program. And Rich will design everything personally for you. Rich Gerber, 653-9101, area code 609. He's on Central Avenue in Linwood. He's one of us. He will probably be at Circle Liquor today, doing some wine shopping. And Richard is very close, really good friend, great wine connoisseur. So if you want to talk about wine, there's a good guy to talk about it with. He is a sommelier, like Chet over at Circle Liquor Store. But I urge you to call him to talk about his number one profession, which is financial sales. He's a counselor that has all these products, but they're all independent products from Allianz and the biggest and best, most impeccably solid companies in the world. And he will, bring them out. And, if you don't like one, you like the other. He has over 40 of these. And you don't need to go like somebody who just represents one company, like Allstate. Richard represents so many companies, and they're great companies. And I urge you to give him a call. And I want to thank him. I want to thank him for being such a great guy and a great friend and sponsoring this show. For years, he's been a sponsor. There's only a few sponsors, Circle Liquor Store and Richard Gerber, just a couple more that we need. Okay. We're going to be, really, when you have the Circle Liquor Store, when you have the best, probably the number one liquor store in the state of New Jersey. Certainly the best in New Jersey, probably the best independent liquor store in the world for a million reasons. You don't need any more. You have Circle Liquor Store, and right now we have the queen of Circle Liquor Store. And I know you hate that when I say that, right?
How did you get it?
She just was making faces.
We put Ken to work today, too. Hot dogs.
Oh, Kenny is there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got a reprieve from hot dog making.
Yep.
Yeah, they got you doing what you do best. Being a hot dog. I mean, making hot dogs.
And we got Carol down there, and we got Debbie. We got the whole crew. It's a beautiful day.
Cool.
And we've got free raffle tickets, free prizes.
Beautiful.
And we're here till 4 with it. So tell everybody to come on over.
And you got all kinds of free stuff. People love free stuff. You got a lot of free stuff, don't you?
Yep. We put cozies out, and we have Philadelphia pretzels. We've got 250 more coming in a half hour.
Yeah. They're stuffing their pockets. Koozies, Frisbees.
You name it.
Cool.
How's everything going? Everything good?
Everything is all right, Jeanette, and we're happy to tell you that it's going to be another exciting summer. We're going to make a movie. We're going to make another PBS is coming to town, and they're going to make Eddie and the Cruisers in the first part of the summer, and then we're going to have a big concert on 4th of July with John Cafferty and Beaver Brown performing the soundtrack from Eddie and the Cruisers. I think it's really cool. The PBS, the guy who is the producer for the state, he said, "Wow, you're gonna do Eddie and the Cruisers on the 4th of July. I'm in. I want to make a movie about it, and hopefully they'll use the name I gave them, Jeanette, which is Where Eddie Lives. Summers Point is where Eddie lives, because we're the ones that know how to do it. And I want to talk for a few minutes about how incredibly great your place is. 9 in the morning till 10 at night, 7 days a week. That's a seriously good schedule for people, 7 days a week. And I know people love that.
Yeah, we're here.
And you're there now.
Oh, my God, getting out hot dogs today. It's a busy day. Last year, the weather was terrible, and we were freezing to death, and it was not good. But this year, it's good. We're going to go through everything.
I remember I interviewed you in the car last year. I
remember that. Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
So, we got
15 minutes ago because we were down there working, and they said, "Get upstairs." Woo! Where's Chester? He's at the bank. I said, "No." Now, what are you doing in July? I've heard that you have a wine promotion going on the boardwalk in Atlantic City.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun, Jeanette. We call it Phantom Red Wine and Funky Phantom Blues. I just happen to have, lucky or what, one of the greatest bands in the world, from the Studio City Band in Los Angeles, that plays with everybody, Bonnie Raitt, Herbie Hancock, Taj Mahal. They're like the number one band in L.A. For that funky blues sound. They're called Phantom. And I said, well, if we can do Phantom Blues, we can do Phantom Red Wine.
Yeah, why not?
That's what we're going to do. We're going to do Phantom Red Wine, make some sangria, and the Phantom Chardonnay. And we'll have a big party on the boardwalk there at starting around 6 or 7 on Wednesday, the 7th.
What day was that again?
We have our 17th.
Okay.
We have our We have a Tony Mart Cares wine garden there, which is all for
Wednesday night
to help people. And I don't have to use that. You know, when you were.
Okay. So the 17th is going to start around 6 or 7 on the boardwalk. Where on the boardwalk?
Right at Kennedy Plaza, where we have our concert.
Okay.
Right in front of the Miss America statue. In front of Boardwalk Hall.
Okay.
We're going to have 2 shows. But as I was saying, right now, we have a very famous local musician who we're helping with cancer problems and everything else. And we talk to him every week, and he's one of our projects on Tony Mart Cares. And this is what we're supporting. And, of course, Circle Liquor is the sponsor that helps make it possible. And we have a good time, and we feel good about it. And I guarantee you we're going to feel good that night, you know.
Good.
Who is
On the 17th. What do you think, Kenny?
What do you think?
What do I think? I thought you were doing that on the 19th, too.
That's in Summers Point.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to have liquor on the beach in Summers Point, except in your trunk.
Different theme.
It'll be the same show.
It's Wednesday, 17th in Atlantic City.
All right, we got it. We can change the. Yeah, you can't use the same theme. Okay. What do we use for?
Well, we can do the whole week. I'm going to blow up the whole month. Every week in Atlantic City, we're going to do the Phantom Red Wine and Funky Phantom Blues theme, but we can only do it on Wednesdays because we have a special permit over there on Wednesdays. And in Summers Point, they don't allow liquor.
No.
So we can't do it there. But that doesn't mean we can't do it every Wednesday the month of July. And that's beginning with the John Cafferty concert on the 3rd of July. And then on the 10th of July, I have one of the greatest jazz guitarists in the world, Stanley Jordan, doing his tribute to the Grateful Dead. And then Phantom Blues. And then we have the Tony Mart Legacy Last Waltz. So we have tremendous amounts of music and everything else. Plus we have that very nice, we do about 5 or 6 nice wines that Chet and I come up with that are really nice for people. They want a Prosecco. We got a Prosecco. They want a Sauvignon Blanc. It's perfect for a nice night out there on the boardwalk, you know. And we expect to see you, not just once.
Don't you worry. I'm going to try to get Chester to go. He's tough.
He's the tough one.
He is tough. Kenny's going.
He works too much, but I'll go. I'll bring Jeanette with me.
Yeah, there you go.
I know where to park.
Yeah, I've got secrets. And
as I recall, you do know how to have a good time.
Chester said he's coming.
Okay, we'll got to get Mary Ann. She's the tough one. Chet's usually willing, but she's We just saw Chester's 3 grandchildren out front. They were here? They were here. Little Lewis's first birthday.
Today is his first birthday.
They're going to Kennedy Park.
Oh, I didn't know.
They got their sippy cups and their gummy bears, and now they're all sugared up. They'll be running around the park for an hour or 2. Okay, so what's going on other than that? So you got a lot going on this summer.
A lot. We got Jersey Gumbo. I'm glad you reminded me. You have a cabana.
Yep.
And with Kenny has a cabana. And so do you. The only difference is he's got to pay, you don't, because you're a sponsor.
We get the cabana.
Yeah. Get the cabanas next to each other.
From 3, you're going to be together.
They're not cheating over there if you have them as a judge.
Everybody that you guys hang out with, are all friends. And we'll have everybody together. And we're going to have, we just got some great, listen to this, Jake, we got Tyson Merriman from the Tuckahoe.
Oh, he's
so
he's a great chef. Yeah, he does.
Making gumbo, Jeanette. Tyson Merriman from the Tuckahoe Inn. And the Great Bay has I don't know, you probably know this, but they have an excellent new executive chef at Great Bay.
I've heard that.
He's a good guy. I like him a lot, and he wants to make gumbo. He wants Great Bay to be in the competition. So we got him. His name is Chef Dan Luber, and he's doing all kinds of things. And let me tell you, he told me, he said, Carmen, you tell these people, come and see me. I've got the resources of that country club. I've got the staff. And if they want to have a little wedding event, high-end little, like, you know what I mean, Jeanette, 20, 30 people, just for a nice little thing, he will take care of them. He will meet you and take care of them. That's what he's interested in, and that's why he loves us, the wine, the liquor.
Go there.
And that's the 8th of July, Mardi Gras weekend in Summers Point. So we go. My father would have been proud, Jeanette. We go right from the 4th of July to Mardi Gras.
Bell. I know it's going to be cool. They put a lot of money into Great Bay as well. I think it looked very nice when I was over there. Yeah, that outdoor venue he's doing. Oh, yeah, and that reminds me, for those people who are members of Great Bay and haven't been there recently, next week is their members' night, which means free everything starting at 6 o'clock. And you know what that means, Jake? We got to get Jack McGovern, because he's a member. We can go over there and sponge off of him. Oh, my God. Well, Light Keepers. We belong to Light Keepers, and I believe that we get the free membership for Great Bay, the social membership, not the golf. But I have to look at...
That's all you need. That's all you need, Jeanette, is the social membership. And it's...
We're giving out free now. We'll go over and take advantage of free over there. That's next week?
Next Saturday, the 15th.
Wow. Okay.
And we'll be there. We will definitely be there because Bobby Campanelle, God rest his soul, used to play this gig every year. And we've been going there for 20, 30 years with Jack McGovern, who's an old friend of ours. Even though he's a shoebie, we love him. And be there next Saturday, 6 o'clock on the 15th.
Great.
And we'll be able to meet Chef Luber and sample his food and get ready to taste his gumbo on July 8th. That's a really nice. Remember that last year? It was so much fun over at the Point. Eddie does a great job at the Point. He takes care of everybody. And we'll have, of course, tremendous amount of music. I got a Cajun fiddler this year, Waylon Thibodeau. He's an old Louisiana Cajun fiddler who worked for over 30 years entertaining on Bourbon Street. So he knows every trick of the book. Waylon Thibodeau from Tab Benoit's Voice of the Wetlands All-Stars. Monday the 8th. So that weekend in Summers Point is Mardi Gras weekend. Friday the 5th, that's after July 4th with Don Cafferty and Beaver Brown. And then maybe we'll give you Sunday to rest a little bit. And then Monday the 8th, Jersey Gumbo.
You're going to have a busy summer.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, I gotta get rehabilitated and get strong, man. I really do.
How are you feeling? You sound like you're getting stronger, right?
I am. Thank God.
You went through a lot. My heart was with you there.
Yeah.
And Nancy's doing okay.
Oh, she's unbelievable.
She probably needs rehabilitation.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Put you through a lot, honey. Well, my heart goes out to both of you.
Thank you. Nancy wishes she was back in Tucson with her cactus, but it's too hot out there now, so I don't want to do that now. But Jeanette, what's going on with the wines? I know we're going to have Mike and Julia come on and talk about the Tuscan wine and the Super Tuscan wine. And they're on the line, right, Michael? You there? Okay, so, but before we get there, what else are we want to talk about? Is there anything? The Proseccos are so hot, and you guys, I think Circle Liquor Store has the best value in Circle, the Bel Casal. I mean, it's so delicious, and it's so reasonable, like $15, Michael, is that what it is?
Yep, yeah, we just had a bottle.
I knew you would say that. Anyway.
We wanted to bring something that was Nancy's favorite, and that is one of her favorites, and we all enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, Jeanette, you're used to hearing that because Chet has the most fantastic pricing, and we'll have a lot of nice things out on the boardwalk. The people love what we do. People love drinking that Amarone, the baby Amarone we have out there, because they go out to one of the Italian restaurants in Atlantic City, then they come over to our show and have a nice glass of that baby Amarone. It's perfect. And they're amazed because they're getting that quality of wine. You know what I mean? It's really something. Thank you. So, Jeanette, you're going to be giving out free stuff until 4:00 today.
Yep, till 4:00, and then we're going to go in and look around at that beautiful wine selection and maybe grab a bottle or two and go home and relax. You know what's really big now this time of the year are the rosés, too. I love the rosés.
Right. This is the time of the year. And you guys have, I think, the biggest selection of Southern French rosés. And they are the best rosés, right?
Summer in a bottle. Summer in the bottle, and it's such a pretty bottle. The girls all love it. Oh, look how pretty this bottle is, but it's good inside too.
It makes a nice gift. It's a beautiful
gift for the summer.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let's go to Joe's Mediterranean again and let our friends over there cook for us. And we'll bring the wine. That was fun.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
That's the deal, kiddo.
We love you so
well, God
much.
bless.
Thank you.
We love you, too. Stay well, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, Carmen.
Hey, yeah.
All right, honey.
Chet,
thank you.
Bye-bye
now.
There's nobody, Chet, I just want to say, there's nobody I talk to people and constantly get compliments about you. I mean, what you do is just amazing, man. And we all appreciate it. Our guests coming up, they loved the wines you recommended for Tuscany. And I know that you've got a lot more. And we're going to have some fun with that. Don't you think, with that Bogle that Bogle wine?
That'll be good. That just dropped in your lap for the Phantom. That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that would be great. Plus, I'm looking forward to tasting the Chardonnay as well.
Chardonnay's good. It's a bolder, oak-driven Chardonnay. Very California-like.
Oh, good.
It's pleasing to people.
They'll like that. What else, Chet? What else are you are you seeing that people are running in and demanding?
Well, you get a little bit more on the white wines now with the warmer weather and the rosés that we were talking about. Prosecco's been hot for a few years. It remains, people just are eating it up. But you're seeing a little bit less of a lot of Cabernet and then softer reds, like the Pinot Noirs, the Burgundies,
right.
Things that aren't as hefty.
Right.
Just when it's hot, you don't feel like all that. When you're inside, air conditioning, maybe so, but...
Yeah, and, the food is lighter in the summer. Yeah. More salads, more lighter
seafood,
food. The hearty food is in the winter.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I like the Valpolicellas in the summer. And all of that, man. All of that.
Italy's great because there's so many unique things.
Yeah, I mean, that's the amazing thing. People can come in and talk to you about 20, 30 wines. And what amazes me, Chet, is that you have really good discounts available in all these different varieties of wines because you have such an unbelievable, vast selection,
Yeah. No, it's always, that's the way we were trained,
Yep.
Have a broad selection, price it fairly, have the knowledge so you can communicate it to people. That all the things people, that's what they want of you, and we try to deliver that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know all of my friends do, and like I said, there's nobody I deal with in all my radio shows and all my public relations outside of music that people don't compliment more than you, Chet Malloy, man. You're a great guy. You do a great job. It's not easy.
Yes, he does.
It's not easy for him, Jeanette, standing there.
Oh, I know that.
He's got to stand there.
I've witnessed this for over 30, 35 years. I know.
Hey. Thank you, guys.
I know.
He
started when he was a baby here. Okay. Stay well, my friend. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you. You will. You will.
Right. Okay, honey. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Where's the wine goddess? The wine goddess.
Right, she's here.
Hi, Carmen.
All right. What do you want? Let's see. Now, this is Stacey Riley. That's her full name, right? And she is the wine goddess, and she has the Wine Goddess book.
Yes, she's also the author of Boozy Lifestyle, Elevate the Everyday with Booze as Your Muse, and it's stories about wine and spirits and making cocktails and travel and, of course, food, because even boozy people have to eat.
Even boozy people have to eat. Well,
even boozy people have to eat.
I usually take care of that part of it, but I'm still a little debilitated. Another week or 2, 3, and I'll be cooking some pasta for you, and we'll be having some of those wines and all of that. What do you got for us? What are you recommending?
We're looking forward to your cooking again. Well, we could start off, we'll start where we left off with the Super Tuscans. We talked about some of the ones that we liked, and the starter of the Super Tuscans is the Sassicaia. And when I went in and talked to Chet about that, Sassicaia is a very pricey wine. But Chet did his magic where he finds wines that are similar but don't cost nearly as much. He found us a great example called Clarice. And they had about, I think they had 5 or 6 good examples of the Super Tuscans. You can find these in the Italian section of Circle, and you'll see the town Bulgari on the label. And these will be the Super Tuscans that will be similar to the very expensive Sassicaia, which they do carry, by the way. It's the club price is like $235, which is actually good price because we noticed in Italy they were charging about $350, and that was euros, so that's even more expensive. you're getting a good price at Circle.
As I understand it, this is like a beautiful coastal region along the south shore of Tuscany around Pisa, right?
Yes, a little bit south of Pisa, along the coast. The wines there will have a lot of Mediterranean weather influences. They're in that sandy soil with a lot of marine sediments. So that's the whole terroir of where they're growing these grapes.
And what else? What else have you got? Talk to me.
Well, we didn't get to the whites. So we'll in the same area. They grow a lot of.
This is the time of the year. Let's talk about those whites. Chet was just saying it's time for whites.
And we'll switch over from the heavier reds to the white wines. And Vermentino is a white wine from that area. It's a grape and a wine, and grown along. It's mainly grown along the coast there in that region, and also on the island of Sardinia. Chet had a great example of that. It was Toscana Vermentino, and the producer is La Spinetta. That was 100% Vermentino. These wines, don't think Chardonnay when you have a wine like Vermentino. It's not oaked generally. It's more floral. It has some mineral notes. So it really brings a lot of different things that people might not be accustomed to if they've just been drinking Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio.
And Vermentino is a Tuscan grape.
Yes, it is. That's a native Italian grape.
So this is a native grape, and these are the kinds of things you want to get into. It's summertime. We're hanging out. Let's go over and talk to Chet. Or talk to the queen herself here, the wine queen, or the queen of Circle Liquor, Jeanette. That's the beauty of this. Everybody goes together, buys wine, drinks wine, talks wine, and has a good time. It's not, the exact opposite of a cold, big box atmosphere. I mean, if you want that, just, call Amazon. You know what I mean? This is nonsense. We want to be together enjoying the wine. On the 17th of July, everybody is invited to Mardi Gras on the boardwalk with beads. And, I mean, Michael, I want you to jump in here on this one. Are there very many bands on Earth better than the Phantom Blues Band?
They might have the unique position that every player has been a long-time studio player, and they also have their original records too, but they have been around a long time, backed a lot of people. And Larry, the bass player, Larry Folger. Yeah, Larry Folger. He's even got a reggae production company going, and sometimes that sneaks into some of their originals. They're very wide with everybody.
Yeah. And he plays, of course, with one of the number one blues singers in the world, Ruthie Foster, along with Shamika Copeland and a couple of others, is considered the number one on Earth. And I want to say something about another cruise. I don't think I told you this, Michael, but we're going to be promoting the Big Easy cruise. And they got a woman on there called Irma Thomas, who happens to be the soul queen of New Orleans. And you have not lived until you have seen Irma. Did all those songs with Alan Toussaint. It's Raining. You Can Have My Husband, but Please Don't Mess with My Man. Irma is one of the greatest. And that's the 5th of January. So we're going to go down. I got to get in shape for this. We're going to go down and go on the Big Easy cruise. Then we're going to come back to Miami. My cousin has a like a rental, vacation rental by owner. And we're going to go hang out with them and then get ready for the legendary Rhythm and Blues Cruise. Lots and lots of rhythm and blues in the winter in the Caribbean, right? So
Portola, St. Thomas, Puerto Plata, number 42, LRBC 42.
Right. So we'll be doing that. So back to the wine, back to the vino. Let's talk about that for a minute now. Besides the Vermentino, what other whites do you want to tell us about?
Oh, we had another really nice white that Chet recommended. It's from near the Chianti region. When you think of Chianti, you mostly think of red, but this was a white wine made from the Trebbiano grape. It's also blended with a couple of French varietals and very light, again, floral notes like the Vermentino, but it also had some apple and lemon, grapefruit, little citrus, some hints of spices and nuts. So it was a pretty complex white wine, and it very reasonably priced. It was at $19. That one is called Corzanello Bianca.
I am Bianca being white. Trebbiano, I'm familiar. I don't think we talked about this. I'm familiar with the Trebbiano grape. I have drunk Trebbiano wine before. It was a wine that my father was familiar with, because I think they grow some in Sicily as well. Right. Interesting. We're gonna have to get some of that. We're gonna have to get some of that, and we're gonna have to talk to Chet about what else is going on. Now, what are the best deals on the Tuscan wines? Because Chet might have a Trebbiano that's grown in Sicily that we're going to want to. What we do then? We got to taste that one and this one, right?
That's right. Throw down. It's good to open them both at the same time and taste them side by side, and you can really see how they compare.
Right. Well, the key thing is what you say about going to Circle Liquor Store, and getting, if you want you want something that is really great, but the price is a little outrageous. Chet can do two things. One, he will discount it, but two, he will give you a wine that is really so similar that it's really difficult to be able to tell the difference, because, some of the wines are just so good, But what ones are you jumping out at? All 6 of these, 7 of these, 8 of these? What do you think are the deals we want? We want people to go over there today, get a free hot dog, get some pretzels. I remember how good those pretzels were with the mustard, and get some swag, get some fun stuff for the kids, and pick up a couple of wines for the adults. Which ones are you recommending for a really great all-around deal?
You brought up before the Baby Amarone. That's our favorite. That one is called Grand Passion.
Grand Passion also.
Right.
And there were several wines from that northern Veneto region of Italy that were really good. You can go, if you want to go a little more high-end than the Grand Passion, we drink the other Amarone.
I have to run in the kitchen to go get it.
Which we don't have the label sitting in front of us, but that one is great too. While he's running in there getting the bottle, we'll talk a bit about some of the Tuscany.
this is another perfect example of what you're talking about. The Veneto wines are pretty expensive on the world market, but Chet has people in Veneto who are buying 20, 50 case lots and having them sent directly to the circle. So you can get a baby Amarone or a wine that is so close to an Amarone, there's hardly any distinction, and you can get it at a great price. What kind of deals are we talking about?
Well, this we're going to butcher the name of this Amarone is Anticha Terra.
Okay.
Am I close? I haven't looked that one up. I usually practice the pronunciation.
Right, straight from the kitchen.
It's old.
Antica?
That's what it means.
Antica Terra?
Antica.
Okay,
thank you.
Good. This one's great. This is one we found early on with Chet's recommendation. The price range?
Around 30.
Yeah, around 30, which is really good for Amarone.
Yeah.
Right.
An excellent Amarone. And some of the reds...
These are not baby Amarones. These are full-fledged Amarones. And for $30, I mean, if you want, like on a nice Saturday night like this, you're sitting outside, starts to get a little cool, and we pull out a bottle like this. It's a little special. It's Saturday night, but for $30, you're pulling out a fantastic wine. And
a lot of punch, a lot of power. It's good.
Yeah. Well, we definitely want to try one of those. Oh, wine goddess, please do our bidding. Whatever it is, I'm happy to pay for it. I definitely want to try one of those. What else?
Even though we're into warmer weather, I think Chianti is still a good bet because it's so food friendly. So there are so many different things that you could cook. You can do your traditional pasta, or you can even pair it with things from the barbecue. It's very versatile as far as pairing with food.
Right.
It's not too heavy-bodied. It's a sort of a medium-bodied red. And it's got usually has some bright acidity that will cut through your or if you've got some sauces that are a little thicker, it really can cut through those. And I like the bright cherry flavors. Usually it's got a little aging on it, so it's got some oak influence, a little vanilla. So the one that he recommended for us recently was Verrazano Chianti Classico,
right.
And it's a DOCG.
This is
like the bridge.
The bridge.
He's part of the Verrazano family, or I should say the explorer Verrazano was part of the Verrazano family that is named with this wine. Unfortunately, this family did die off in around the 19th century, but they still keep the estate together and the name Verrazano, so it's still associated with a very high-quality wine because it's a DOCG, which is the highest quality rating in the regulations for the Italian wine.
How much is Chet selling this for?
And he has got that for $25.
Oh my God! And that's a Chianti, but it's a certain level of Chianti.
Yes, it's the Chianti Classico with the DOCG on the label, yes.
Right, okay. Oh, we got to get one of those, too. You guys are great. Look forward to seeing you soon. Look forward to seeing you down on the beach next week. And, you're going to have to try and make every Wednesday night all summer in the month of July. We're going to do Phantom Blues. I mean, that is cool. Phantom red wine and funky Phantom blues. That's so much fun. Everybody, if you're a wine drinker, listen, we have 12 great liquors out there. We have bourbons. We have Johnny Walker Red. And they're cheap. Our drinks are like under $10. You can have a nice drink and just happen to see one of the greatest bands in the world, the Phantom Blues Band. Or if you're into the Dead, everybody you know that's into the Dead, you should be telling them Grateful Dead tribute on the 10th of July with Stanley Jordan, who was on the cover of Downbeat. Offbeat is in New Orleans. Downbeat magazine as one of the greatest guitarists in the world, and is one of the greatest guitarists in the world. And he's going to come in and do a beautiful 80, 90-minute tribute. And that show is going to start with a band. We just checked it out yesterday. Okay. They're from Georgia, and they're called Funk You. They're a white boy funk band. I get in trouble when I say white boy. I'm sorry. I apologize if that was politically incorrect and anybody was offended. But these kids are strong. They're very good players. And we just checked them out yesterday. Michael, I said to Grizz, check this band out, man. I'm going to make sure that they got some people. And she came back and she said, Carm, they got 20,000 on Facebook and 8,000 on Instagram. So that'll do. They're from Georgia, but two of the players, the horn section, they're from Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Each one of them, one's from PA, one's from New Jersey. So that'll be opening for Stanley Jordan, with then the Grateful Dead tribute. And we'll have all that wine all night long, man. Nothing hipper than that. Going on, relaxing, tasting a little vino. And then also on the 24th of July, one of the things that I'm really, really very proud of is the Tony Mart Legacy Last Waltz. The music from the movie that Martin Scorsese made about Bob Dylan and the band 11 years after they left Tony Mart's. And we have, some of the greatest players in the world coming to not only Summers Point, not only Atlantic City, but if you're not able to go on those nights, on Monday the 29th, we're going to be doing our shows in Cape May. And Trey Twitty, Conway Twitty's grandson, is going to be a part of that as well. I'm just telling you, it's a summer we just have to savor, not survive, savor. Take it nice and slow and enjoy it, because it's going to be a summer we will never forget. And then, of course, what about Devin Allman, right, on the 7th of August? I mean, we are crazy. And I'm thanking you guys for being a part of it. Michael, you're a great member of the Summers Point Beach Concert Committee. And, Julia, we love you. We love our wine goddess. And we're going to get ready. Nance, you want to come over and tell everybody what you're thinking at down this time, around 1 o'clock on Saturday every week? We're going to see you all on the beach this Friday night, every Friday night until the 6th of September, and every Wednesday night coming up in Atlantic City, beginning on the 26th of June, with Victor Wainwright and the Train, only one of the greatest bands in the world. Come and see Victor Wainwright and the Train. Hot, young jam band. And until then, let the good times roll.
The preceding program was paid for and presented by Tony Mart Presents.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.